Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
Not to be confused with Pasta Time, which is our episode that will be next week, right? It's every other week. So
Indeed.
We're going to go back and forth. I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And if this is your first time, welcome. We read homegrown horrors on our Storytime episodes, and Adam's going to tell everyone what that is.
Homegrown horrors are the stories that you wonderful listeners and viewers have sent to us via the email or social media links. And they can be stories that are supernatural, spiritual, coincidental, true crime, sometimes extraterrestrial, ghostly, a bunch of different things in nature. And if you have a story like that, Robin, where can folks send them?
You can send them to storytime@scaryish.com. That is our email. You can also send it to our Storytime. So you can send it to our social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff.
Indeed. We would love to hear from you. And if you have a fictional story you would like to submit, or you know of a creepypasta, and you're like, oh, I thought that was this time. Like Robin said, those are going to be the Pasta Time episodes. And if you would like to send us that, you can email pastatime@scaryish.com. That is our email address that we're using for Pasta Time, which is going to be a good old time. Everyone seemed to enjoy the first Pasta Time. We got some pretty good feedback on it. So fun stuff. If you're watching live, or if you're watching pre-recorded for that matter, and you can see me with your eyeballs, you can see that the donation goal, we have one every month that it basically just encourages folks to donate. We had set for the month of February was hit. And the goal this month was, if we got to that, I would shave into the monkey tail beard, which I have, and I look like a royal asshole. You can also see that on our social media stories. I did post it there as I shaved down. I also think it kind of looks good. So, folks, please let me know on our social medias if you think I should keep this forever.
No.
Because Robin really hates it.
It is awful.
It's ridiculous. And realistically, I will probably be getting rid of this right after the show, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. We'll see how long I stick with it.
You look like two different people.
I look awesome is how I look. My boss, I had a one-on-one after I shaved with my boss, and it's video chat, and he was just like talking to me like normal, and he's like, wait, turn to the right. And I did. He's like, oh my God. So it was pretty funny. He thought it was hilarious, though. He's really laid back and super cool. So it was a good little thing to share with him and no one else at my company. So pretty big
just
relief.
The internet, just the whole internet.
And now the internet, yeah. But it wasn't like I was in a professional meeting like, okay, so we're going to go over some quarterly numbers. Tailbeard. Yeah, fun stuff. So like Robin said, this is story time. So would you like to read the first homegrown horror, or should I?
Why don't you read the first one? Because my first one is 2 sentences.
Okay, we had a really short one, but I didn't want to skip it. And then I gave Robin the longest one as well. And then I have 2 medium length ones. So also, I want to point out, okay, we've mentioned before, we're big fans of Rick and Morty. We think the show is wonderful. It's genius, absolutely. And we just can't stop singing this stupid fucking song, Doo-Doo in My Butt, from like, I think the 3rd season, like near the end of the 3rd season with Fruity Land. So
is Fruity Land 3rd season, or well, they only have 3 seasons, right?
They have 4.
Or they have 4?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the end of 3rd season or near the end of 3rd season. But anyways, it's stupid, but we just might break out into song because we've been singing it so damn much for like the last 3 days. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. That said, I'm going to jump into the first homegrown horror of the show, and this one's subject is nursing home horror, which already kind of breaks my heart because I'm hoping it's like supernatural and not an actual story about just terrible nursing home. So let's jump into it. Starts out like this. Hello, spooky friends.
Hello.
Hello. And all you out there, yell hello wherever you're at, no matter how crazy it makes you look. My name is Alicia, and I am a nurse aide. Oh, shit. Fuck the beard. It's doing this to me.
That's what it is.
My name is Alicia, and I am a nurse aide at a nursing/rehab facility. I have been one for 8 years, and I have seen some things. For example, I have cleaned up dead bodies. I'm the one who gets them ready to be picked up by the morgue.
What the French toast?
I have always gone into the room after they have died. Recently, I was in a room where a resident started to shake and throw up. She then looked at me straight in the face and then looked up at the ceiling, and then the look on her face changed. It was like she saw something come out of the ceiling, and then seconds later, she was gone.
Wow.
That is terrifying.
That's super terrifying.
We also have had a cursed room called T58. Over the course of 6 months, whoever went into this room never made it out. The sting of bad luck lasted for 5 residents who all died in this room. This room became colder than all the other rooms in the facility, and the staff just started to assume that it was cursed, and whoever was going in was not going to make it out.
What if because the room is too cold, people keep dying?
Yeah, warm the fucking room up. Jeez.
It's terrifying.
That is until we had a Catholic priest come in for rehab. I don't know what this guy did, but he made it out alive and broke the curse.
Oh, wow.
It could be just a coincidence that 5 people died and that the 6th person made it out okay and that there was nothing supernatural about it.
Or he totally, blessed the room because he was like, this is evil.
I mean, he could just be there, in his presence, a little bit more godly than most, and just wasn't bothered by it for whatever reason. But there's more to this. It says, or it could be that there was some bad juju in that room and that all the prayers made by the new resident, who just so happened to be a Catholic priest, cleared up all the negative spirits.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Or I guess a good theory. It's a good theory.
Good idea.
Marked. The worst
You don't want to sound stupid.
No, I don't want to sound stupid. Do you see all the marks I put on your stuff just to make sure that I can clip it and make you sound awesome?
You do know what your face looks like, right?
That's a very good point. I said sound stupid, not look stupid. So I can feel this part of my chin again, just right here, and it feels so fucking weird. All right. The worst week I have ever worked was a week where the facility had 10 deaths in 5 days. It was so rough, and the people who died were some of the faces of the facility. They were liked by all. The creepy part is that on that Saturday coming into work, I saw a person in a black cloak walking away from the facility. I was not the only one who saw this thing. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but this person resembled the Grim Reaper, and the other people who saw it all agree after that day the deaths all went back to normal, somewhat random and spaced out. I love your show and just wanted to congratulate you on having John Cena on your show, smiley face. One of the commercials I get from your show is one that's voiced by John Cena, and I love it. Yeah, he's our dear friend. He said he'd read some commercials for us, so it's really cool.
If I could meet John Cena, I think that would actually be really cool.
I've never watched him actually wrestle. I've only ever seen him in film and television. So I've only
seen GIFs of him wrestling.
Yeah, I'd be you're fucking hilarious, dude. I assume you're a good wrestler because you made it all the way to Hollywood, but whatever. I am happy I can mix my favorite pod with my favorite sports entertainer, gone actor. Love you guys. Bye. Bye. Thank you for sending that in.
Thank you for sending that in.
And thank you for being a nursing aide at a nursing facility. I have a grandmother who was in a nursing facility for some time, and her stay was definitely made more pleasant by the fact that she had really good nurses, like I assume you are.
I think working in a nursing home would be kind of scary because you do see a lot of people die. And it's just, it can't be helped, But I guarantee there are ghosts. I was going to say,
and not to mention, there's got to be so many people with stories. She has her stories from her time there.
Yeah.
And other people at the same facility probably have different stories. Yeah. And that is terrifying and crazy. So have all your coworkers write to us because we would love to hear what they have to say. And also thank them for the work they do. So good way to start the show. All right. Let's mark it. Look over in a stream chat. Let's be real. This fucking beard looks sweet. I kind of dig it, except my breath keeps hitting this part right here, and it's and I have just not felt hair only specifically for the jawline before. I think it looks pretty good. I'm just trying to Robin fucking hates it. That's why she won't even speak right now. I need a bottle opener for this, and I should have one right here. Perfect.
If you don't want to drink that, you can have sake instead.
No, I'll have my Guinness. It's fine.
Okay.
Scrolling to the tippy top. First person in the channel, on either channel, was in Twitch, and it was IMB Trainer. It says, I'm so excited for the pod tonight. Woo! And Laura Ann said, woo! And Ginseng Joe said, wee with ease instead of H's and O's.
Thank you so much to Captain Valdia Black for subscribing for the 13th month.
They also did that 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
They thought of it and said, I'm going to go over there and do it. And we appreciate that. They weren't doing it for glory, but they still got called out or shouted out. They still shouted. Yep. All right. Ginseng Joe says, Adam woos have changed over the episodes. What started off as a wee, so excited, have turned into woo. I think they've actually always been woo. That's just my opinion. The difference is they're quieter now. And they're quieter now because we record at 3 a.m. and I don't want to wake up my poor mother. Putting that back up there.
Hayato Senpai says, fairly new listener, first time joining a live show since I'm almost caught up. Welcome. Hopefully it's not horrible.
I'm sure this is exactly how you pictured me.
What's funny is, oh God, no. What's funny is this past weekend on Saturday we played Overcooked, and
it's a nightmare.
It was a horrible stream.
The game is fun, but like the technical difficulties of the stream was some of the worst we've ever had.
Yeah, and there were new people that were joining us, and we're just like, oh my God, if you enjoy this stream, you'll like our story times way better. Because
they had a great time. They enjoyed the content. We're like, this is so bad. We're so sorry. Also, for those of you who watch routinely, if you'll notice, to Robin's left, stage right.
So I used to have a drafting desk here that Spooky Mom got me like 8 years ago.
It's a while ago.
It was a long time ago. And it used to have so much stuff on there. Now all this stuff is on the floor. And my sister has the drafting desk now because she's getting her master's in architecture.
Indeed. And we are going to be getting some stuff to organize
We're gonna
up the
organize
office.
it, yep.
Pretty excited for it.
Hopefully it'll be nice. I don't know. We'll see.
This is exactly how this came about. Okay, Robin was nitpicking at me for something I needed to do within the office. I can't even remember what it was, so I just made something up to be like, "Oh, you don't do this," and I just basically brought up like, "You have 2 desks in this room, and one of these desks just always has stuff on it. Like, why don't you clear off the desk?" The desk was fairly well organized. There was just some garbage here or there. I was like, "There's just stuff, shit everywhere. There's shit underneath it. It's just everywhere. Like, why don't you clean it up?" And so within like 24 hours, she had formed a plan to basically replace it with a new piece of furniture and organize the shit out of it. And I was like, can I get in on this? Can I get something on my side of the room? So it worked out basically. So hooray.
It'll be cool. I think you can put the audio.
Yeah, this will definitely be able to go on there. And I'm really excited about that. So, and I think it's like yay high. We measured it. It's about that high.
Because right now Adam's using like a TV tray.
Yeah, it's just a TV tray. It's jank as fuck is what I'm saying. So
the office is just a mess right now because I have so much manga, and it's just there's a stack here. That bookshelf is full. It's just and it's
doo-doo in our butts.
And it's like it's only 2 layers like on this shelf, but it's like it's too much, and so
it's a mess.
We just need to organize and.
Ginseng Joe.
I'm going to put a bunch of stuff on eBay. So I think if you're friends with me on Facebook or something, I have a link to my eBay on Facebook because I constantly am putting stuff up there because I have so much manga and so many collectibles. There's a Gundam I haven't even put together yet.
I bought that for. It's like a master grade.
No, it's not.
Like 2 Christmases ago, I think. It was in your Get Me This Amazon wish list.
High grade master grade's like $300 something.
I got you one that was like $250. That's the one that you put together though. So anyways, Danu Cake said yo 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 yo. Actually, there's only 3 yos. Laura Ann says, there we go. Twitch was being dumb. Yeah, Twitch was being dumb. I actually brought down the stream and put it back up because Twitch was not connecting properly. And I didn't even get to watch the people that I watch on Twitch normally because it was just having all sorts of issues today. So hopefully it doesn't do that. But if it does, at least you have the alternative of going to YouTube to watch the show. Angela over there on YouTube says, hello. Hope everyone's week is going well. You as well. Chunkster said #monkey beard.
Everyone's talking about your beard.
And it looks fucking sweet.
Ginseng Joe says, all hail the Monkey King.
Oh, wow.
Kayla Reed says, Robin, you look like a vampire queen, and I'm obsessed. Thank you. I feel like my makeup's really bad today.
Your makeup looks great. What are you talking about?
Because my chin area is, like, not so good.
No, it looks good.
Thanks. I'm Western says, what the fuck? The desk is clean? The desk is usually clean.
Yeah.
What desk?
If it's this desk, we've had the front part cleaned off for like a few months now.
If you're talking about the corner, it's because there is no desk.
Correct.
Let's see.
People were saying they saw the transition on the Facebook story, which is nice to hear. Chunkster says still at work, so I'm here mainly via audio only. Thank you, Chunkster, for joining us via audio. We appreciate that.
Dana Cake says it's the twirly swirl for me, and Grim Weeper says trendsetter.
That's funny.
I'm Beef Ranch says Adam's totally rocking the monkey tail. Kind of think of Halloween. Adam could pull off a costume in which a monkey head would be set on his head and in his hair, and the beard would totally work with it.
If I talk to you very calmly, and
if
twist
there's a
my
monkey,
head.
If you put a monkey up here, that's what, and the tail, yeah.
If I talk to you very calmly and twist my head, I can hypnotize you.
It's really terrifying. I fucking hate it. It's awful. Oh, God.
That's funny.
What's her name says, I may do a monkey tail. Do it.
Do it. Send pictures. #Scaryish. #monkey tail
Ginseng
beard.
Joe says, if my mustache and goatee connected a bit better, I'd totally do this too. Oh, man.
It's better to be less hairy than more hairy. As an adult, I just feel that more and more as the summers get hotter.
911 girl says, Robin's going to come after you with the lawnmower again.
It's
funny.
A
great ad because that's what you totally use to do your face.
I did use the lawnmower, yeah.
But that's for later in the episode. I almost Jenna says, you mean to just shave out a monkey tail shape out of my beard and have it on the other side? Question mark? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
I think I've caught up to where you are. There's some stuff that people are talking about, but that's no big deal.
Ashley Faison says slightly late, but hello everyone. Hello.
No worries. Kayla Ray Reed says, hi, YouTube friends. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Kat over there in YouTube says, hi, it is. I finally made my very first crochet bee, and I'm very happy with it.
Nice.
LOL. Good job.
Good job.
I remember when Robin started, she was like taking her time with stuff, and you didn't really get frustrated. You were just like going slower than you had hoped it would take.
Yeah.
And now you bust shit out so fast.
Well, because my sister was the one that started it, and she was making not tea cozies. The little things that you put under your teacups and stuff.
Coasters.
Is it a tea cozy?
I think tea cozy is the right word.
Yeah, it's not a coaster. But she was making a bunch of square ones of those, and so I was like, oh, you know what? I want to learn how to do this, and then I just have kept doing it, and she's just not doing it anymore.
She's over it. Robin's taking it over.
Almost Dream says, Robin looked at her drink like, nope, not enough booze to deal with this beard. It's so bad.
Kayla Ray, when the curtain came up, said, oh my God, with a laughing face. That's awesome. I want to learn how to crochet better than I did at 12. Applejacks over there on YouTube says, woo. This beard is fucking sweet.
All right. So I think I'm going to read my thing.
Oh, hang on. I'm not done. Glitch Grim says, monkey tail beard over there in YouTube. Oh, it's so glorious. Melia says, yes, the beard. Applejack says, I thought it was a letter C on his face. What is it more like? It's kind of like a C with a huge just tail.
You know what it is?
What?
It's more like a fucking disaster.
Wow. Kayla Ray
it looks
says,
like you're two different people. On this side, it's like a normal.
because you can't tell, yeah. When I turn, though.
Oh my God, it's awful.
Kayla Ray says, no, keep it for at least a couple of days. Applejack says, it's a look. Glitch says, every daughter is a doo-doo from a father's butt, biologically speaking. And then goes on with more of the lyrics, which is hilarious. Kat says, Robin looks cute today. I agree.
Thank you.
Robin looks fantastic. I actually wore my nice shirt.
I feel like I'm like a version of Mr. Rogers right now with my white shirt and my red cardigan going on.
I think you look wonderful.
Thank you.
Stab and Stitch says, yes, that facial hair. Does it join to a bra shaved chest like that post in the group? LOL.
Oh God.
No, I don't think my chest hair is actually thick enough to really represent too much, except if it's like in the middle of my chest. So that would be
you
like,
do your back?
I could do a bat symbol. My back I don't think is thick enough either. Like, it's hairy, don't get me wrong, but it won't pop like those guys. Those guys had sweaters on underneath their shirts. So Yvette says, love you guys, greetings from Mexico. Thank you so much, Yvette. Greetings from Las Vegas.
Chunkster says, C for Chunkster. The Curse Wolf says,
that's
woo!
Funny. Blanca says, hello, woo, it's been a long time for me in Alive. It has, and we're happy to have you back. Glitch also said, I'll be RB.
Burp.
MI says, yay, caught another live. Melia said, clap. Vivian says, I have arrived. I'm playing Minecraft. Robin, you look beautiful. Actually,
oh, thank you.
MI said, Robin, you look beautiful, but you're correct. And they said, that beard, laughy cry face, clap. Cool, I am caught up. And that's the doo-doo in the butt. So I will mark that.
Fuck.
And you can read your first one.
All right, so my first one of this episode is titled, Hi, my constipated ghost may use on podcast. Oh, actually, this story. Didn't someone just send an email today to update it?
Nope, not at all.
Was it a different email?
It's a different email.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Marking it. Marked.
I hate you. All right, so it goes, Hi, Robin and Adam. That's us.
Hello.
I'm Sochi. I heart your dogs.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you. We heart our dogs, too.
Someone posted in the Facebook group like hand sketch drawings of a bunch of different dog breeds and then their shitty personalities.
What?
And the one for Shiba was like, don't fucking touch me. One bullet point said that, and the next bullet point says screams. And I was like, oh, that's pretty accurate.
Anytime you Google a Shiba, in the descriptions, it always brings up the Shiba scream because
it's like a husky, but higher pitched.
When we first got her, she was, I don't even remember how old she was.
3 months.
Was she 3 months?
She was 3 months.
Oh, man. And so we put her in a cage, little kennel on the floor, and all she did was scream. And
it was like sort of crying that led to just screaming.
Yeah, and you couldn't sleep. We would just put her there to sleep. And so eventually what we had to do was put her kennel on top of our other dog's kennel, so it was like face level to us, and that was the only way she would stop screaming.
And nowadays, like, her kennel's the favorite place to be, especially if she's gonna go to sleep. She just goes into it like, okay, nighttime.
Yeah.
And like it's on the floor now. She doesn't even care. But yeah, that was definitely one thing that we didn't realize when we first got her, was like,
the screaming,
just how bad the screaming would be,
and it's just like that separation anxiety.
Yeah. All of a sudden, she's alone in the dark. So sorry, we're gonna get back to your email now.
We just love our dogs. Okay.
You brought him up, okay? This is on you.
All right, continues. Shout out to Spooky Mom. I am a butthole, so I only listen to the Storytime episodes, and I found you 2 months ago on podcasts. Is that an app or a website?
Must be.
Maybe, I don't know.
It might be Apple Podcasts, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't say Apple Podcasts. If you're on an iOS device, it just says podcasts.
Popping bottles in the ice. All right. So I have a ghost in my bathroom. I always get angsty in there and hate showering. I also have a ghost ferret, which is the weirdest thing. It likes to rub your legs, but feels like a weird noodle.
What's funny is a lot of folks say they have ghost cats. Like, we've gotten multiple of those, and I think this is our first ghost ferret.
It's not a ghost. It's an actual ferret, but it like rubs against your legs, and it's really weird. So it's a real ghost. So it's like, it feels weird, but they attached a picture of it. So it's a real.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's a real animal. It's just it likes to run and rub against your legs like creepily, I guess.
When I had a ferret when I was a kid, it used to climb up your legs, then like lay around your neck, which was pretty cute.
I've never had a ferret. I've had birds, rabbits, and dogs and cats.
Nice.
Yeah. So in my house, I see a man sitting on the toilet with his arms on his face. A shadow man. And sometimes I see him on my chair with the same expression, but he definitely looks constipated. What's your constipated face?
I'm usually just sad when I'm constipated.
When I'm constipated, I'm just like, oh, God. Ugh.
This is great audio for our listeners. Like, all I did was frown, and what Robin's doing is
just sitting there.
She just looks frustrated. I don't know what a constipated face looks like. To be honest with you.
I've been so constipated that I had to go to the hospital because I was so constipated.
Yeah, guess what it was?
I was constipated.
No, she hadn't drank water in like 2 days.
It's because I drank a lot of coffee.
She was drinking. If you drink too much caffeine, you will not go.
Yeah, you can't shit. So definitely drink water if you drink a lot of coffee.
Word to the wise, folks.
Word to the wise. All right. Sorry for how long this is. That is so short. Don't even worry about it. Wondering if you could give me any insight. I love you guys. Shout out to the Spooky Mom, and I love your dogs. Thank you for loving our dogs. We love our dogs too. We could talk about them forever.
Thank you for shouting out my mom as well. I would say sage the bathroom. That's where I would start with. Sage the bathroom. Maybe get some incense that just burns, and people will be like, "Oh, you're going to make the bathroom not smell like poop," and just make it sage.
Get him some Imodium or something.
Wow.
Something for constipation.
Ghost Modium? Do they make that? I don't know how to cross over, and I don't know what currency they use.
But see, like in Asian culture at least, when it's a certain, like, not a holiday, like on a death day of a family member or something, you give offerings, offer up some Imodium.
Wow, that's funny.
And because it's like in the spirit world, they can eat and they can do all this stuff with whatever you've laid out for them, So lay out some of that stuff for them.
That might work. Maybe they died on the toilet and they're just trying to finally pass that shit.
They definitely had a doo-doo in their butt.
They had the doo-doo in their butt. Indeed they did. What I think is funny is when most people die, their sphincters release and then they shit themselves. So wouldn't it be ironic if you died of constipation and then as soon as you died, you shit yourself finally?
I feel like if you are that constipated, that's not happening.
You're not going to shit yourself when you die?
I don't think so.
That's probably a good point.
It's like a fucking rock in there, right? That's what constipation is?
I think it's pretty fucking funny that we were talking about the doo-doo in your butt song and we got an email about a constipation ghost. But, I mean, sometimes things just work out. Weird coincidence? I think not. But, yeah. Thank you for sending that in. All right. Stream chat time. My stupid fucking face looks ridiculous, but kind of awesome. I can't decide.
It looks ridiculous, period. There's no awesome. I'm just staring at it because it's just like...
Because you're so impressed.
Guys. I feel like there should... For the first stretch goal, what's the first stretch goal? 250?
Exclamation point goals in the chat, it would be 250, I think. And it would be a mug giveaway.
Okay. Because I was like, maybe you should just have it be like keeping the beard to the stream this weekend.
I really don't want to do that. I have a lot of meetings tomorrow and Friday.
Just put a mask on.
I have to interview someone tomorrow for a position at our company.
Mask up.
I can't. I'm not going to mask up. It's just... it would be weird if I'm like, yeah, I work from home. I'm alone. I'm wearing a mask. I'm not safe anywhere. I guess it's not the craziest thing to do, but shout out to Big Reg 74035 for following us over there on Twitch. Much. We appreciate you.
Let's see. I Monster Trainer says, Adam, you comment about wearing sweaters under their shirts made Iron Beef Trainer spit out her drink.
It's true though, man.
AC Bunny says, doing swimming lessons with nephew today, so not going to be around, but I'll try to make the end of the stream. Nice. Have fun with the swimming.
Take them. Throw them in the deep end. That's it. Sink or swim.
Chunks just said, and that, folks, was Ab and Robin with #DogTEDTalk.
Yeah. Thank you for joining our TED Talk.
I just love dogs. I love pets in general.
Shout out to A Meadows for following us for the 20th month using their own dollar bills, y'all. Subscribing, yes, for resubbing.
Thank you.
There was also a drink redeemed by Kayla Ray Reeves.
Oh, shit. I didn't even see that. But I don't have my glasses. They're also in my backpack.
Uh-oh.
No, I have glasses over there, actually. I only have 3 pairs, but one's a pair of sunglasses. That'd be weird if I sat here in sunglasses, but I'd look pretty fucking sweet.
It's like a tail beard for your eyes. Sup? All right.
Sup? Oh, you should try this. It's actually not bad.
Put it down. MI says, that beard. Yeah, Adam, I think you should make the beard a thing. Sorry, Robin. That's hilarious. Scrolling. MI says, I think it's MI. It could be ML. I don't know. I actually saw this on your story day and didn't realize it was a monkey tail. It's awesome. Brian says, hello from the other side. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube, Brian.
Hello.
Twitch is a pain in the ass, and I'm sorry that it made you switch.
Fuck. I could talk about dogs and stuff forever. We've literally been looking up, like, animal life expectancies. Like, different breeds of dogs and their life expectancies.
It tastes like nothing.
It's good.
It's okay. It's not like... There's no flavor to it. It's 12%. That's why. It's 12% by volume. Got a doo-doo in my butt. Big Reg says, hello from Wisconsin. What up? I have been to Wisconsin a ton of times because I grew up in the Midwest. Northwest Indiana, to be
I think I've only been precise. There once, right? Is Wisconsin the place that has the Amish restaurant?
That's Indiana.
Oh, okay.
That's Eastern Indiana. Essex House. Essex House.
House.
It's one of those. No, I don't think you've ever been with me, at least, to Wisconsin. We've gone to Chicago plenty of times, but
okay.
I've been to Madison a lot, and then there's a town further up north that we would stop and sleep at before we drove to Canada a lot, and I can't remember the name of it right now.
I've only been to West Coast Canada.
West Coast Canada? It's Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah, I went to Northern Ontario once a year for like 8 years, so good times. All right.
I'm Trainer says, hope to see you in time for marbles. ASB Bunny. Laura Ann says, this has been the constipation segment of Storytime. We're human, you know. Everyone experiences these things at some point or another.
Everyone experiences some doo-doo in your butt. MI says, yep, my initials, MI. Good to know.
I'm Trainer says, ferrets are great, so mischievous and funny. They're like a long kitten on catnip at all
Yeah,
times.
that's a great description.
There was a place out here, I don't know if they still do, that sold ferrets, and they were so cute. They were so soft and cute, and I love them, but it's like I don't know anything about them and how to take care of them or how to train them.
It's more similar to taking care of any other rodent than it is to taking care of a cat. Like, you have to clean their cage. They don't have a litter box or anything like that. You have to take them out so they can have recreation, and at some point it's going to make a ton of noise in their cage. Their cages are also really big, so it's like having a giant hamster, kind of.
I'll just buy another cat,
yeah,
or adopt another cat.
Kayla Ray says, when my parents were dating, he forgot his regular glasses and wore sunglasses at the movies. He wore his sunglasses everywhere. That's hilarious. Brian says, on the bright side, Adam, you'll get to do the dirty joke of the week. MI says, I'll never use my initial Q ever again. Now with you guys, that's funny. We are also reading one of your stories tonight. That's the one that Robin has next. Actually, I think I'm next, but either way, it's her next story.
I'm Beef Trainer says, this story made me think about the pic of the cat I saw that supposedly only pooped while standing on its hind legs.
That's so weird.
That's terrifying.
I'm going to stand up and make eye contact when I take a shit.
I told you about the I used to have a cat who would follow me into the bathroom every single morning. And one morning, he walked in there. I sat down to go to the bathroom, and then he just started peeing on the rug. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? So I'm like flipping the rug at him. Like, what the hell are you doing? And he just stared at me and kept going. I'm like, what the hell?
Heavy eye contact.
No fear. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Vivian says, hey, y'all heard about the mega brood of cicadas coming in April/May that only happens once every 17 years? I remember the last time it happened. I was mowing my dad's lawn, and it was so loud, even with being on a riding mower with like earmuffs and with my earbuds in, I could still hear the fucking cicadas. And I love the description of cicadas from Eugene in the Try Guys. He's like, they're basically hanging onto a tree just screaming, fuck me, because they're breeding. And that's why they're making all that noise.
Crystal says, I'm here but not here, trying to bring the stream back, so I'll mainly be there, but I hear you guys. Oh, nice.
Right on.
Hopefully your stream does really well. Chunkster says, I wish I could have prescription sunglasses. I'm blind as a bat. The closest thing I have is polarized glasses. I love these are the first pair of prescription sunglasses I've ever gotten, and it's only because if I hadn't spent all that money on those glasses, you lose it because FSAs suck. So if you don't sign up to roll over your FSA, all that money.
Most FSAs don't roll over. Yeah. Ours only rolled over $500.
It's nuts.
We put way more into it than that because it's pre-tax deduction, so you can basically save up for medical expenses. But if you don't use it, they take your fucking money.
Yeah,
it's a goddamn scam.
So I went to what is that place called? Lens Crafters. Sponsor us, dude, because I fucking.
She buys so much shit from there.
But
it was literally like we had like 6 days or something.
Yeah,
like
I had 6 days to the end of the year. I'm like, just like we have to spend it on something.
I was like, have a fun shopping.
So spree. I just bought prescription sunglasses and new prescription glasses. And
when I got laid off from Tesla, I still had like $1,800 on my HSA.
We bought so many Band-Aids.
And then we spent all that fucking money. My cousin was here and she's diabetic.
We bought diabetes
and I was like, go through this website and order whatever the fuck you want. It's a shopping spree. And then when we had like money left over, I was like, Band-Aids.
Yeah, so many Band-Aids.
So many Band-Aids.
I think there's like some Frozen ones, some Star Wars ones.
Bunch of Marvel shit. We had a lot. Every shape and size. Like, it's just waterproof. Whatever you want, we got it. It's like fucking opening a trench coat, just Band-Aids everywhere.
What are you selling?
Glitch says, driving is why I'm on YouTube, but I will not miss the best part of my Wednesday. That's very nice of you. Brian says, dirty joke of the week. What did one butt cheek say to the other butt cheek? Together, we can stop this crap. That's
oh my God.
A funny joke.
Realistically, though, those can't stop anything.
Oh yeah, they can. Like sometimes in the morning, I wake up and I sit down for my early meeting and I'm going through it and I'll realize like, oh no, this isn't a 20 or a 30-minute meeting. This is an hour. And by the 45-minute mark, my butt cheeks are just like, hold.
But sometimes you fart and those things don't stop.
When your butt cheeks are clenching to save your life and your underpants, you don't try and eke out a fart. Speaking of which, MI says, oh my God, eek, so excited in regards to us about to read one of your stories. Vivian says, in late April, billions of cicadas, I think she's copying and pasting, will emerge from the ground for mating season. This happens.
They live in the ground?
This happened in 2004. Yeah.
Wow.
And my mom said she couldn't make it to her car without stepping on thousands. It's basically like the locusts from that year you guys covered in a topic episode, just way less destructive. They're still pretty fucking awful.
We had those grasshoppers infest just the year before last year.
Yeah.
Well, that should have been a sign that there was going to be this huge pandemic.
You could literally fucking see the grasshoppers.
On radar,
yeah. Which was nuts. Brian says, is it going to be bigger than the 2015 brood because that was bad here? Yes, this is the big one. Every 17 years. This is like the it rising from the sewers. Like, yeah, there might have been a serial killer in Derry before that, but it wasn't the supernatural entity known as Pennywise the Clown who shows up every 17, I think, years. I haven't read that book in a long time. 911 girl says, speaking of being constipated, do you want to read that one?
Oh, speaking of being constipated, my mom was helping my dad in the restroom when the phone rang. My mom rounded the corner just in time to hear my niece, who was 3 or 4 years old at the time, tell the person on the phone, Grandma give Grandpa enema. What the fuck? How does this kid know those words?
That's so funny.
It's one, impressive, but two, absolutely hilarious that they have no fucking filter. Of course, they had disconnected by the time Mom got to the phone. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Horribly embarrassing.
Kids are so funny, though.
Kids say the darndest things.
I was literally about to say that.
Stole it from your tongue.
Like, when Ryan, my niece, was a little kid, man, the things she said, I was like, how do you know what these words mean? It's nuts.
Yeah, like hydrate.
Yeah, it's nuts. These kids know all these words. Anyway, cool. You have something to say now?
Yeah. So, like most of you know, We are sponsored currently by Manscaped. Want to give a big shout out to the Lawnmower 3.0 because this was the thickest my beard has ever been. Quite legitimately, it was the hobo beard that I was going for. It would have kept me warm if I was in any of the other places in the country that are super cold because of the polar vortex. But yeah, we're in Vegas, so it hasn't been too bad. But yeah, I shaved down to my ridiculous facial hair today using my Lawnmower 3.0. And it worked really, really well. It actually helped me trim it out really well. I've only ever used that trimmer specifically for delicate skin, like a ball sack. What's nice is that they sent us the extra one, so I took the one that was in here that had only ever been used on the side of my face, rather than use the one that I used on my ball bush. So, but it worked incredibly well, and I highly recommend the product.
So one is labeled ball bush, and one
I'm gonna have to go in there and sniff them now. Yeah. Be like, that smells like my face. That smells like balls. So who knows though? I might be able to figure it out. But
just spray it with the Manscaped cologne.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot we had that. Did we lose one? Did you give one away?
No, they're both right there, dude.
I only see one right there.
The other one's right under there's one under the tape dispenser. There's one under the little mailbox.
It's just a mess in this office right now. It smells very good, though. Go ahead and check it out if you like cologne. I highly recommend it. Most colognes are a bit too pungent for me, but I think this one smells really nice. It stays around most of the day, and it's subtle. So check that out. Aside from that, it's just a really good product. And anything that you find over there on Manscaped, if you go to checkout, you can get 20% off and free shipping by using code Scaryish at checkout. One more time, 20% off. It's a lot. It's 1/5. Holy shit. $100? Is that your order? Here's $20 off. Want some free shipping? I'll toss that in too. All you got to do is use code Scaryish. Thanks, Manscaped, for making our winter wieners look so good. And in this case, my face, which is like the wiener of my skull.
It's a different type of head.
That's way better, damn it. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and run the normal ad over there on Twitch. And if you're watching on YouTube, pre-recorded, this is around the time that you're going to get it, which is right, meow. So I don't think this looks that bad. I think it looks stupid. It looks silly, but realistically, it's like, I think I did a good job.
You just look
trimming it.
Ridiculous, but you do look like it. Okay, from this side, just seeing this side, it looks fine.
Yeah.
But it's like when you see the whole thing. It just fucking looks.
So like, if you look at the monitor, and you can get the whole circle all at once, I think you're able to appreciate it a little bit more.
You know who you kind of look like is that one guy who plays the Mandalorian.
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
No fucking way. He is so much better looking than I am. And
I'm talking about like your facial hair.
I mean, if I were to shave this out and then take this off. Wait, no. I'm mirroring. If I were to take this off and shave this out, yeah, I think I could do the Pedro Pascal. Yeah. So I've done that before. I thought it looked good. So
yeah, I was gonna say like you actually don't look anything like Pedro Pascal, but
I just took too much of my chin off. You know, this goes down to like the jawline. So I just wanted to hide my double chin.
Double chin,
yeah.
Gotcha.
I basically left this all in the double chin area. So looks okay.
Yeah, it looks all right.
I don't know if the ad actually ran. So did anyone see the ad ran?
I did not pay attention to mine.
Oh, the ad failed to run because the channel recently ran a commercial. Okay, so it did run. That's fine. We just bullshitted for a minute, and I didn't realize a minute had passed. No big deal.
Cool. No
Got
doubt.
In my butt.
All right. So it's your turn to read.
It is. Vivian says, conspiracy theory, Pennywise is a spooky, shape-shifting cicada. There's actually something that Pennywise is, if you haven't watched It Chapter 2 or read the book.
What is it?
It's just an evil entity.
Oh, the big old spider?
No.
Oh.
That's the original series. They just made him a spider. He's just this evil entity that showed up. He's like born from the darkness that existed before life itself. It's really fucking weird. Also, the ritual of Chud is completely different in the book. You have to like bite each other's tongues and then tell jokes until one of you laughs. Whoever laughs loses. I think that's it. I haven't like read that part since I was a kid. So like you literally have it stick his tongue in your mouth and you stick your tongue in its mouth. It's fucking stupid.
You're being a big old chud right now.
MI, so shout out to you too, Adam. That shirt is on point. Guys need compliments too. I appreciate that. Guys do need compliments too, because all I ever hear is how shitty my facial hair looks. So, and
I mean, that's what happens. We shaved it to a monkey tail beard.
That's true. So, anyways, Glitch says, I was born in the darkness.
Chunkster says, OMG, my friend Claudia is like, hit me up, Pedro.
Wow. I mean, he's fucking super cool. I watched this interview where he talks about some of his like special roles, and he's just very appreciative of his success. And
I had no idea that he was in Buffy, And then people were pointing out, like, no, dude, that's Pedro Pascal. I was like, what?
He's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I'm bringing up my
story.
This one's so small.
You can zoom in through your browser.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to do it with my fingers.
Oh. That's what she said.
Shut up. Got a doo-doo in my butt. I hope that this is... Okay, let's just go ahead and mark this and get into it.
You look stupid.
Fuck you, you look stupid. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into my second and the third email of the show. This is actually not an email. This came in via Twitter. It was tweeted at us. It wasn't a DM. It was tweeted at us, and because it was too long to be an actual tweet, it's a photo of a story that was written in some sort of word browser document preparation tool, like, say, Word. So it's like, this one couldn't get sent to Spooky Mom for corrections unless she printed it out and used pen and marked it out. So for those of you listening live and watching live, this might be a fucking mess, but we'll see what happens with it. I kind of skimmed it to make sure that this was appropriate material, and it seems like it's fine. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, and this one is called My Sleep Paralysis Dream. Starts out like this. My sleep paralysis started with seeing a snake head right by my neck on the right side of my head. I was so scared, so I stayed still and went back to sleep into the dream.
He just reminds me of the Chamber of Secrets.
Why? Because it has a snake in it?
The snake mouth.
You're like Jerry right now, where it's like, it's just like the end of Old Yeller. It's like, because it has a dog. It continues. Then I woke up and I assumed it bit me because I got a shock through my body and I couldn't move.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. If you think if sleep paralysis starts with seeing a snake and then you get bit and you assume...
Can a snake paralyze you?
I'm sure a snake's venom can paralyze people. It just depends on which snake it is, But imagine getting bit and sleep paralysis and then thinking the reason you can't move is because you're paralyzed and you're dying. That would be horrible, dude.
That would be horrific.
It felt like electricity was in my body weighing me down. It's like feeling numb, but 10 times that. Anyway, while feeling held down, immediately I thought to cover my dog, and I tried to do that so she wouldn't get bit, but I couldn't move. She was on my left side.
Would you do that too?
I mean, the first thing I would worry is that you were going to get bit.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I'm sure that I would worry about the pets after that. You would worry about the pets first. Pets, probably my mom, maybe some stuff downstairs. Valuable possessions. Then you'd be like, is Adam here? Uh-oh. Forgot about him. All right, the dog was on the left side of him next to his neck. I also felt something warm on my legs at my feet, but at the time I thought it was my dog. Starting to realize that it was a dream or a nightmare, I tried yelling, but it was quiet, air forcefully leaving my lungs and out of my mouth. But I was trying to scream, help me. After this, I tried sitting up, but it was like a gravitational pull made out of the wind was pulling and weighing me down as I tried to get up. It's kind of funny how elemental you're comparing things that are weighing you down, because the first thing you said was it was like electricity was holding you down, and now it's like the wind is holding you down. So what? Earth, fire, and love are the three ones left to go.
Earth, wind, fire, and air. We may look bad, but we don't care.
What's that from?
The Scooby-Doo movie where...
Speak up. Why are you so quiet? Why are you whispering?
It's the Scooby-Doo movie where they go to Salem and the Hex Girls are playing a concert and that's their song that they sing.
Wow. That's... how did I not know that? While trying to get up, I yell in my mind and trying to yell out my mouth, "This is my dream," multiple times. I started to sit up forcefully, but it was hard. Eventually, I was sitting up fully while trying to get up from the bed, and my head wasn't moving with my body. I've had that dream where you can't lift your head. I don't know if you ever had that. We've talked about it before, but
I've never had a dream where I couldn't lift my head, but I've had paralysis where I couldn't move, and I would try to scream, and you can feel the air coming out of you trying to scream.
But your vocal cords won't work.
But nothing will work, yeah.
That's scary. I slowly move my head pushing to see the door, but it's open and someone is in front of my bed next to it. They were in front of the open door and my bed. They were a girlish character. They were black and white, wearing a variety of clothes, black hair, and her whole body, including her clothes, were dark. Like someone put a pair of sunglasses on and looked at this character. This character kept... You know what it reminds me of is the second season of Haunting of Hill House? that ghost with the shiny reflective glasses that's like more of like a dark silhouette.
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm picturing. This character kept popping in and out of existence. I believe they were what my mind perceived as a ghost. Anyway, when I'm finally off my bed and stumbling because of the weight, just put periods, y'all. Don't just say and, because I'm trying to edit this in my brain while I'm reading it, and it's just a nightmare. Anyway, I'm finally off my bed and stumbling because of the weight. My brother's desk is in front of me. The character is out of my room, and I am now really short sprinting out of my room, but slow and make it out. I realize that I'm in my old house and in my brother's room, but with all my stuff. This is important because outside my brother's room there is a door leading outside. I run to the door like a cartoon character, and there is a pizza man opening the door, and I yell at him. As my short 1 foot self, so now they're 1 foot tall. This is such a fucking weird
dream.
Thing. I run to the kitchen, then see a little track at the back and ignore it, then talk to my uncle, and he calls me short. This is like just a stream of consciousness at this point.
Did you watch Alice Through the Looking Glass?
I've never seen that.
Or Alice in Wonderland or something like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm small, now I'm big, now I'm small.
I've never seen it. All right, they're talking to their uncle. He said because the other one was too big. This confirms my suspicions. Hang on, I skipped something. Okay, they're talking to their uncle. Uncle says they're too small. Calls me short. I'm happy and I realize I'm the size of a Smurf and run through the track like a car.
How big are Smurfs?
The Smurfs are tiny.
I've never seen it.
I mean, you never watched Smurfs as a kid?
I just know they're blue.
You're going to shit talk me for never seeing Zaboomafoo and you've never seen Smurfs?
They're blue and they have white hats. Wait, do they have different color hats? That's pretty
accurate. I mean, one of them has a white hat for sure. They don't all wear hats, I don't think, but yeah, they're tiny. They're like little things that live in the grass blades.
Oh.
So, okay, this guy's 1 foot tall, which would be the largest Smurf of all time. Doesn't matter. So they're running around this track. They realize they're in a dream. They ask their uncle to confirm their suspicion and ask why they're in this house. He said because the other one was too big. This confirms my suspicion, and I now know it's a dream. And I say that's not what he would say, and this isn't real. It's a dream. Then he had a medicine ball in his hand and bounced it like a basketball and threw it at a china cabinet and said, "We're trying to break the glass." Okay.
Got to break that glass ceiling.
We're literally at this part now where this entire thing is just turned into then, and no punctuation. Sorry, I'm just like pre-reading it.
I was gonna say like this is some great audio.
Okay, you could help me out by vamping a little bit. It's so fucking windy, dude. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind, but it's
also
like
the fan is on,
making it creak. Holy shit! Oh no, the audio. Well, we can't turn it off now. I can edit it out in post, but we can't turn off the fan. That fucking sucks. I tried stopping it with force and then realized it was hard, and this demon was either trying to control me or take me back. Then I realized...
Take me home.
When I realized this, I was back in paralysis in my bed, and then I woke up. Now thinking about it, the snake was probably a demon trying to steal my soul or whatever. I don't know about that. And the ghost was the one that attacked me from my previous home. Sorry, it's like something covering it up. All I hear is your mouth clicking, so I'm waiting for it to stop. And the ghost was one that attacked... Nope. He's trying to say attached. And the ghost was one that attached to me from my previous home or one from this new house. All I know is, in the end, that no dog was ever on my legs, and the ghost was probably sadly observing me as a hostage. And that's the end of it. So, interesting take on what appears to be a sleep paralysis episode with a nightmare included. There's also a crude drawing of where everything was taking place. It looks like it was made in paint, trying to explain like sort of the path that everything was on. Yeah, this is a kind of a crazy rant situation here going on a little bit. I understand when you have a dream, when it's fresh, you want to have that stream of consciousness to put it down. I would definitely recommend like pulling out your thoughts and thinking what it could have been. I don't think that the snake that you saw was likely real. It was most likely a hallucination caused by sleep paralysis.
Night terrors and sleep paralysis and things like that, you see things.
Yeah, you see some fucked up shit.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it's there, but you definitely have hallucinations and stuff like that because you're in I mean, some people explain it as being in the middle of, you're sleeping, right? So your brain is showing you things like you're sleeping, but because you're still awake, it's like in the, I don't know, waking world, you know? You're awake, so
it's like your dreams are projecting onto the background of reality.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, it's definitely one of those things where you don't want to read too much into sleep paralysis or a nightmare, but we totally understand how terrifying they can absolutely be. I always mention this, and I mentioned this on the topic episode. It's like whenever you jump to the most extreme thing, there's not much space to wiggle around in, and you tend to get yourself a little bit more worked up. So thinking that it was a demon trying to steal your soul, I totally understand from the fear of it and not being able to move. It's nice to know that it wasn't actually there, and you didn't actually get bit. So let's hope that that wasn't the case. But
yeah, if it were a real snake, fuck.
Yeah, that would fucking suck. So if it was an actual demon trying to steal your soul through biting you too, I don't know. I don't think it would let you go. And if it bit you, I'd say it got you. So if you can still open doors at supermarkets, like the doors that open automatically, you're fine. I've learned from a documentary called The Simpsons that when you lose your soul, things like that tend to stop working. So
when
it's
Bart sells his soul.
One of the best episodes of all time of any television show ever is when Bart sells his soul in The Simpsons. So, but anyways, thank you so much for sending that in. I'm gonna be real here. That was a fucking mess. It was a fucking mess. I wish I would have pre-read the entire goddamn thing or sent it to Spooky Mom. Say like, hey, is this coherent enough to put on the show? But here we are. So it's in the fucking show. Fun stuff.
Your mustache and beard combo
looks awesome.
Fucking awful. All right. Chunkster says that Adam is Robin's Pedro.
Aw.
That's racist. Get it? Because you're Latin.
I guess.
Let's see. Ginseng Joe says, my internet's being quite the douche canoe. The Snark says, hi guys, BRB. Hello. Grimweeper says, I think I had my first sleep paralysis experience a week ago. I was laying down on my stomach and my eyes were open, but I couldn't move my body. I tried to breathe loudly so my boyfriend could hear me, but he didn't. It was so scary. I finally came to and ended up having a panic attack. I've been in that situation before where I was paralyzed and I was trying to scream and trying to wake up my boyfriend at the time. And it's like you see their back there and you're like, fuck you. I just want to nudge you so you can wake up or wake me up. And I can't. And I just am hearing demons screaming in my head. And I'm like seeing weird shadows on I was just like absolutely terrified. And you just see them there sleeping and you're like, fuck you.
I had a stint where I was getting sleep paralysis kind of frequently. And I'll usually have like one limb that's like available to move. And I'll shake it and shake it and shake it, trying to like wake up the rest of my body. And Robin has, on a few occasions, noticed me shaking and knew I was in sleep paralysis because she knows this about me. And I've always told her, like, if you feel me doing like just shake me or roll me over and wake me up. And she's just like, it's just so annoying. Like, she leaves me suffering in sleep paralysis to go back to sleep because I'm annoying her with my struggles to live. And it's so fucking frustrating.
It's because you keep bumping into me.
Like, sorry about that. Brian says, I don't remember the ritual of Chud in the book. I remember there was an underground gangbang in the sewers for absolutely no reason. Yeah, and I'm so happy they left that out of both times they made the movie. Stephen King always has some weird fucked up shit in his books, and that's kind of why I stopped reading Stephen King. Brian says, when asked about why that part was in there, King said something along the lines of, well, I was on a lot of cocaine at the time. I think he was also on hallucinogenic drugs. Either way, it's not a cool thing to have like a fucking 7th grade, 9th grade, whatever, gangbang. It's just fucking...
gross.
Scratch that part out, editor. MI says, so much sleep paralysis is out there, it sounds terrifying. Kayla Ray says, the booktube community has been dragging the book It lately because of spooky readathons, and I heard about all the very inappropriate stuff from that book. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things about that book that you basically have to completely leave out to make it salvageable, which is so weird to me that they've made it into a movie.
I'm contemplating starting the audiobook for Outlander.
There's so much rape in that show. Every time I actually start paying attention to that show when someone's watching in this house, someone is getting raped. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, doesn't anything happy happen in this show? I heard that song, that America song. I forget which one it is. And I looked over and like people were being murdered and had their throats cut and being robbed at knife point.
That America, you mean?
America the Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this fucking show is so weird. Brian says, honestly, there are better King books out there. I don't know why people seem to love it so much. A lot of stuff is unnecessary, and at times it causes the story
to lot of people like Dr. Sleep.
I like Dr. Sleep, the movie. I haven't read the book. So
I haven't read the book either.
I started reading the Gunslinger series, and there's something about the Gunslinger, the first one, that is so wordy to me.
We need to watch the new Stand.
We do.
The stars.
It's like he's really trying to show off that, I know how to... It's very fucking pretentious. That's the best way to put it. And I stopped reading it, and I lost my copy. And then...
Adam hates that word.
I hate the word derivative. And then someone else bought me a copy for like Christmas or something like that. And it was a newer version, and it had a foreword from Stephen King. And it was like 27 pages. And it was about how much he hates going through The Gunslinger because he hates how he used to write. And how he doesn't know it got published. And after I read that, I was like, all right, I guess I'll read it now. And I haven't moved past like the first 2 or 3 chapters. So, Sup? Robin doesn't engage in conversation. She waits for me to stop so she can finger the hole in my hand. So
Chunkster says almost 10:30 and I'm almost done with work.
Hooray!
Nice.
Glitch says they all have hats. The only one that has a red hat is Papa Smurf, and there's only one female Smurf, which is weird.
That is weird. Do they reproduce asexually?
I think in the movies they added in a bunch more females, but I haven't seen the movies.
Well, I just imagine Smurfs kind of like split up, maybe like a fungus, and just...
Yeah, maybe they reproduce that way. So, or they like infect something else and like fungus pops out of them and all of a sudden they turn into Smurfs.
Yeah, because the fact that there's only one female Smurf is really freaking weird.
That is weird. And Maya says, Papa Smurf, I guess, has a red hat. Glitch says... and there were Snorks, which is also a weird show. That's fucking hilarious. Eve says, yay, it's the spooky crew. Glitch says, yes, driving, sorry if nothing makes sense, lol. It's okay, I just read an email where nothing made sense. So.
Oh my god.
Brian says, it didn't make any sense. I had, the fact that there was a story in there is because I was editing out pieces and trying to combine sentences because it was just fucking rambling. Brian says, I think my wife has decided the monkey tail beard is definitely happening. I have a feeling once it's done, I'll instantly be filled with regret. Brian says, Dr. Sleep is so fucking amazing. I want to see the movie. Kayla Ray
Welcome
says,
back to Snarked. My
friend Katie did a reading vlog, reading The Stand, and it was basically just 20 minutes of her screaming. It's hilarious.
What?
It's just a really intense fucking thing.
Oh, okay.
We haven't seen the new one on CBS yet, but I definitely want to check it out because I sincerely love Alexander Skarsgård, and I think he's a great casting for Randall Flagg. So, but we shall see.
MON. That spells we should watch that show.
Indeed, such a great character. All right, I'm caught up.
He's a good actor.
I mean, there's a new guy that plays him, so.
Ginseng Joe says, hey guys, I'm going to be watching some movies this weekend. I'd like some recommendations.
What kind of movies? What genre are you in?
What have we watched lately? We've been rewatching. We watched Ocean's 11, and we started all the Harry Potter movies again.
We're on Order of the Phoenix?
Yep.
No.
We're still on Goblet
Harry
of Fire.
Potter and the Weird Tournament of Kids.
What did I call it the other day?
I can't remember.
It was like, oh man, it was like because it's the Goblet of Fire, but I called it something else, the Golden Chalice or something stupid.
I think it was the Golden Chalice, actually.
Oh man, I don't know. We were just so tired, and we were just trying to figure out what we're gonna watch
while we went to sleep.
Oh man, what else?
Sing Joe says any genre, especially horror.
I watched The Conjuring 2 again because
you watch this a lot.
I watch a lot of those movies multiple times. Like I watched The Haunting in Connecticut 1,000,001 times. I've watched The Boy 1,000,001 times.
The Boy is just, I don't know. The more I see it, the less I like it.
Really?
Yeah. Just it doesn't once you know the twists and you know surprises are coming, you're just like, okay, just fucking get to it already. It's just it annoys me.
The Snark says, Harry Potter and that time the entire adult wizarding community used him as bait and gaslighted him the whole year. Yeah, 100%. Man, they treated him like shit for his name coming out of that goblet.
He didn't do a fucking thing.
He didn't even do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kayla Ray says, Goblet of Fire is my favorite. I would die for Cedric Diggory. Well, it's a shame you weren't there then.
That's fucked up.
Just saying. My absolute favorite is Order of the Phoenix because it has the saddest death in the entire series. In my opinion, I know that's super controversial because everyone gets super attached to characters. But when Sirius goes, that absolutely breaks my heart every time I watch it. And the duel between Voldemort and Dumbledore is fucking awesome. Like, I could have watched that for it could have been 2 hours just fucking Voldemort and Dumbledore just casting spells at each other, and I would have watched it like 1,000,000 times in the theater. So
911 Girl says, we watched Peninsula, which we did. Adam did not.
I didn't even get to see 911 Girl this week. I came upstairs, do D&D. I usually take a break, like 7:30, maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours into it. And by the time I went down there, because break came late, she was already gone. So
yeah, it was good, but not as good as the first one. The first one is just the perfect zombie movie. Kingdom is very good on Netflix if you like zombie movies. Yeah, it's A really good series. It is Korean.
Subtitled. But you forget you're reading subtitles really quickly, though. It's really good.
It's so intense. The way they have the zombies work in that in that show is great. The Snark says Voldemort equals evocation wizard.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think my favorite is Chamber of Secrets.
You think Chamber of Secrets is your favorite?
I like Chamber of Secrets.
It's good. It's just not great. It's directed by I don't think it's directed, actually, but it stars Kenneth Branagh, who I fucking love.
I just think it's still on the children's side of it, but they introduce heavier topics.
That's why I think
Goblet of Fire
is really good. It's because, like, it's intense and it has the same stakes that you've kind of felt throughout the series, but, like, when Cedric dies, like, that's fucking it, man. Like, there's no going back. Like, when he fucking port keys back to in front of everyone and Cedric's dead, like, the scene of the father crying over the dead body of his son, I'm just like, holy shit. Like, this is not a kid's book anymore. Nope. Like, this is intense. And I really like that transition.
And he came back as a vampire. Oh, Yui Boo.
Our doggo is sniffing under the door.
She sounds so sad.
It's because of the wind. The wind is so noisy right now.
She's crying. I'm just going to let her in here. She can lay on the bed.
Vivian says, did y'all watch the Winx Saga thingy on Netflix? We have not watched it, but we probably will, actually. Snark says, I just hated how angsty it was to read the book and look into Harry's head. Come on, doggo. Go to your bed.
There's wires on it.
She'll be fine. Oh, it's okay. She's so scared, y'all. It's so windy in Vegas right now. It's a very windy city. I moved from the windy city to come here. Okay, go to your bed.
You lay down on the bed.
You lay down on the bed, and then Mommy's going to read them another story, and then we're going to pick you up so everyone can see you. Good dog. I love our corgi so much. It's because we were talking about it earlier. Vivian says, I watched it, and it wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Which one?
The Winx Saga.
Oh, okay. All
right, I'm going to mark this, and then you can get into your next story. Le boop.
All right. So the final email of the episode is from someone who's written to us before. I'm not sure what they want us to refer to them as.
Just say Q.
Just say Q. Okay. It's Q again. All right. So this one's titled The Coma. Coma, chameleon.
You hear a sound and you have to sing a fucking song.
I don't know why.
Or quote a movie.
So it's called The Coma. It goes, hello, my favorite spooky peeps.
Hello.
That's hopefully us. I figured since you read my first story and it didn't bore you, I would send you another one. I had to laugh at my offensive codename Q because I have no idea why it's offensive. It's a letter in my initials is why I used it. I'm so confused. It's just an American thing, I think. Adam, I promise I will not turn on your podcast and do the sex ever.
That's good to know.
Why not, though? If that's what does it for you, just do what you want.
We're happy to help. That's all we're saying.
I'm just not sure it would be the best aphrodisiac. That's funny. I'm into you guys, but not that into you. You two are the best, and thanks for laughs. I did not find you on Spotify anyway, or by the way, so bleh. I'm lucky that's the face. That's the emoji face. I'm lucky I figured out how to run the Apple Podcast thing. I'm not tech savvy. Side note, I actually found you from a bad review on another podcast I had started listening to. No joke.
Fuck them.
No, I think it's like the other podcast got a bad review and the person was like, you should listen to this podcast instead.
Oh, then I like that instead.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that be my mind canon.
I'm going to have that be the canon too. I probably should have let you guys know in my last email why I think my boyfriend stuck around my house. He was going to move in with me the weekend he died. All of his belongings were packed and ready to go. I couldn't possibly tell you all of the things that happened in my first home. Doors opening when I know I locked them, not just closed them. Dogs being weird, lights going on the fritz, jacuzzi tubs turning on. Nice.
Nice.
Weird shit for a new house. Robin, yes.
That's like first world problem shit right there. Like, our helicopter kept turning itself on. Does that ever happen to you?
Well, no. See, if a helicopter turned on, that's terrifying.
Turned itself on. That means you own the helicopter, though.
Yeah, but what if you jumped into the blades and it just happened to be on and then you're dead?
Well, yeah, because you're planning on jumping into the blades when they weren't turning.
I'm just saying. If jumping into a jacuzzi when it's on is not as terrifying.
Okay.
Shit.
The vault door to my... vault. Shit. Just keep going.
stupid. The monkey beard.
You're stupid. Just go.
Yeah, it's just affecting your brain. Robin, yes, I have PTSD for sure. I get super uneasy when motorcycles of any type get near me while driving. All right, I'll shut up and get to the part when I was in a coma. Growing up, I lived in a house that my great-grandparents built. My bedroom happened to be my great-grandmother's parlor when she was alive. I never felt uneasy there. No bad vibes or ghostly encounters whatsoever as a child. Fast forward to high school, I'm laying in bed and can't sleep. I rolled over onto my back and finally opened my eyes, and there was what I would call an orb hovering over me. The best description I can give is it looked like an odd-shaped bubble, not a perfect circle, filled with smoke and somewhat illuminated. It startled me enough that I flicked the light on, and it was gone. So okay, my eyes were adjusting, and it was nothing, right? That's what I thought too, until I turned the light off and it was hovering above my window.
Yep, that's a bit different.
I ET'd it the hell out of there. ET'd. Found home.
Phone home.
I've never seen that movie.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
God.
I don't even know what it's about other than an alien touching fingertips with a kid.
Yep, that's all it's about. It's 2 hours of that.
Really?
No.
What? Okay.
I'll be.
Anyway, I hope you're laughing because I imagine myself looking exactly like E.T., gunning it out of my bed and screaming into the living room. Does he do that in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. My mom came out all sorts of pissed because I woke both my parents up. They did an investigation for me and found nothing. Could be just nothing, but this will bring us to maybe a week or so later when I was struck by a vehicle while I was in a crosswalk.
Oh my god, dude.
That's fucking nuts. The accident landed me in a coma and then an extended stay in a suite a la hospital and inpatient rehab so that I could learn to function. Walk and talk like a normal human again. That makes this particular story Scaryish. Oh, fuck me, I don't know how to read.
Is that what's in the email?
Nope. What makes this particular story Scaryish is that when I finally woke up out of the coma, the first thing I asked was for my great-grandmother. She died when I was very little, and I don't have any memory of her. So that was kind of weird. But I also pointed at my mom's under eyes and told her that she looked really old right after that. Talk about ruffling some feathers.
Damn, dude.
What the fuck? It's like...
Shots fired.
It's like your kid's been in a coma. Of course you're stressed and tired and exhausted. And this kid's just like, bro, you look old. I don't know. I think it's both funny and sad. Poor mom. 14 days of an unconscious kid clinging to life and they wake up and insult you. That's gotta be rough. She said it wasn't that bad having a teenager in a coma. Joking, of course. Anyway, I can recall to this day very vividly being in a coma. It was just a series of back-to-back dreams of being in a hospital. I was a vampire in the hospital chapel and made candles go out with my mind in one dream, and I was in the McDonald's drive-thru in a hospital bed in another. Zero Scaryish there. To sum it up, there was really no big aha moment that would connect my great-grandma to the coma. What does connect her and make this ghostly or guardian angel-like is that I had no injuries from the vehicle that struck me. Not directly, anyway. I didn't even have a bruise or mark on my body from being hit. All of my injuries, a fractured skull and some road rash, for the most part, came from me flying 30 feet or so through the air and hitting the pavement.
Wow.
That is nuts. I have always felt like it was her the night I couldn't sleep trying to warn me, or be near me, or something of that nature. I also have this notion that she stood in between me and the vehicle, and that's why it didn't leave so much as a scratch on my body. That's my theory anyway. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. I think it's normal to think that you have a guardian angel, especially for something like that where you were tossed 30 feet and you didn't have injuries from the vehicle that shot you 30 feet, you know?
Yeah.
Seems like I'm a bit of a problem child. Sorry, guys, I have no PC at all. I'm lighthearted about my trauma. PC is political correctness, right?
Mm. I know PC stands for that. I don't know if that's the context they're using it in.
No reason to harbor negative energy or sadness. Like I said in my last email, I don't know what I believe in exactly, but I'd like to think I've got a couple of amazing guardian angels now. I'm sorry for another long email again. I'm finding that it's hard to short story key moments in my life, and at this point, I've proofread this like 10 times and still don't know if it makes any sense or sounds decent. Also, thank you so much for the package from Patreon. Oh, you're welcome. It made my day when I got it. Keep on creeping on. I'm really glad you liked it, and thank you so much for sending your story. That is a really scary experience, especially when you're as a teenager, you're still a kid,
right?
And things still affect you. As crazy as an accident this is, like, that's nuts.
I think something that's really important to note here too is, like, especially for you and for anyone else who's considering sending in a story like this, you should never feel the need to edit down your trauma just because you're afraid that the email is too long. We do not care. Like, we want you to include how you feel and what happened. If you're willing to share that, don't think we're going to be like, oh, another paragraph where they're being super in-depth and telling us what happened in their lives. No, we really want to know, and we sincerely appreciate you sharing that with us, because being in a coma is super intense, and the fact that you saw something before that makes it incredibly interesting to whether or not something showed up and was just like, all right, I'm going to cast that protection spell on them. And then they got back to heaven. It's like, you did cast it on the outside and the inside, right? And they're like, shit! And then they look down, it's like, clunk. They're like, damn it. So, who knows? I just deal with things through humor, obviously. And I appreciate you sending that in to us. So, thank you one more time. All right, I am curious, though. I want to know from my headcanon, was it a different podcast shit-talking us? Or was it a review that was left, like Robin said, where they're like, oh, I don't like this podcast. You should listen to Scaryish instead. So please let us know, and thank you for sending that. Richard over there in YouTube says, good evening, Robin and Adam.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh man, that's really loud wind. The Snark says, I hated how angsty it was to read the Harry Potter books and look into Harry's head. I can see that. Ginseng says, I'm ashamed to admit I haven't watched a lot of popular series movies like Star Wars, most Harry Potter movies, and other series. What?
You're crazy.
They're all so good.
Brian says, by the way, I went to the Bone Cracker today for the first time since ice.
Bone Cracker?
I mean, chiropractor, obviously.
I know, but it's just funny.
Since the ice here made me involuntary breakdance, I get to go to him once a week for 6 weeks to try to put my back right again.
Oof.
Sounds
that's
rough.
A long time. Laura Ann says, doggo. Yes, she's under here.
You want to grab her?
Laying.
No, she's really... Oh, no, she's up immediately.
Come here. Oh, hello, puppy.
She's such a good doggo. Glitch says, made it home right in time. Indeed, you did. So while Robin's coaxing the dog to be picked up, I will show off my stupid-ass beard a little bit more. Yep. And then scroll. Hailstorm has here. They said, Adam, your beard is amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
She's going to lay on my
said, let's not have her do that. Yui. Yeah, I don't think she's coming up, y'all. I'm upset that I'm late, but we are now vibing. Don't worry about it. Sometimes people just wind up late. No big deal. MI says, LOL, no, they were shit-talking the other podcast and recommended you. That makes me feel better in my heart. I don't know why it matters. It just kind of does. We've never shit-talked a podcast, I don't think. But I have shit-talked Zach Baggins like my entire life, so. Oh, we got a Corgi. Yui woo. Who's a good girl? Oh, she's so scared. It's not because Robin picks her up. Robin picks her up all the time. It's because of how loud the wind is outside. So she also hates fireworks. She's such a good dog. Oh, look at how big her ears are. She's like, Dobby is a free elf. Oh my god, I love this dog so much. Everyone loves you, Yui. Everyone. Whoa. Jesus.
Sorry, she's got thick legs.
Help her out. She's tangled.
Is there other one in there too?
Robin can only pay attention to one thing at a time, and the doggo always has to take precedence. So that's why I'm here. Brian says, the star of the show is here. I think she wants out of the office now.
Okay.
So. All right.
Don't go outside. Well, I'm not.
Ooh, you shouldn't have said those words. That's what she wants. Look at her.
She wants to go outside.
Be very careful.
I'll let you go outside. You just stupid.
She's so funny. All right. We have some drinks that have been redeemed, by the way. Chunkster redeemed a drink 5 minutes ago. The Snark just redeemed a drink, so we should do that, and then I'll get marbles set up. Excuse me. Vivian says, your pup is scared of the wind. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's like 60-mile-per-hour gusts, so it sounds like a tornado outside.
Yeah.
Cheers. Vivian says, oh, no, it's MI. Dog. She's so adorable. Brian says, a wild doggo appeared. The doggo ran away. That's hilarious. Saw something
It is
else.
loud.
It's really loud, dude. Chunkster91 says, "LOL, Robin, I relate so much to you." Yeah, sometimes in Vegas, like when the seasons start to change, we get windstorms. And the first year I lived here, the windstorm... Okay, this is funny. Someone stole my parking spot in my covered parking in my apartment, so I had to park like in really terrible parking with no covered parking. And I was like, well, it's not summer, so my car's not going to melt. And all the covered parking got ripped to pieces, like the actual hoods, because of the wind was so bad it just ripped it to pieces. And some people's cars got fucked up because of it. So I was like, sucks to be that guy. That's what he fucking gets, though. Brian says, guess it's back to glitchy Twitch for marbles. Indeed. One more drink, and then I'm going to get it set up.
Oh, my God. I'm glad the cars are in the garage. Well,
me too, man.
The Subaru's still outside, but that thing is just...
It lives there.
It lives there. Ginseng says, I just watched Back to the Future for the first time at the beginning of January. I'm Beef Trainer says, it's not a horror movie. It was a decent foreign movie, but it's also like 20 years old. Le Chocolat.
Le Chocolat.
Is that the one that has Johnny Depp?
I think that one just might be Chocolat.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, no, you can see my butt when I turned around. Don't look at my butt.
All I do is look at her butt. Back to the Future has one of my favorite theme songs ever.
What's that?
Bum ba da dum bum 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 ba da dum bum.
Better than Star Wars.
It's done by the same guy, so
I'm
pretty sure it's John Williams. Not 100% on that, but it's really cool to think about the fact that without people that score,
well, what about
and
Ghostbusters?
Soundtrack? I'm talking, dog. Jesus Christ, trying to make a point here. Ghostbusters was a song stolen by Ray Parker, and he got sued for it and lost all the money. So Ghostbusters is a cool song, but it's just cool to think of, like, if you watch that movie and it didn't have that song, it does not have the same effect. Like, cars don't fly and go back in time without that song. You know what I mean? So it just really makes you appreciate the little things that you don't really think about when you're a kid when you watch that. The older you get, if you hear the song, you instantly have all that nostalgia flood through you, and that's just something that's absolutely incredible.
Ginseng Joe says, I hate disrespectful drivers who don't respect crosswalks.
I know, man. People park in crosswalks sometimes. I'm like, the fuck? I've seen people walk over someone's car because they're on the crosswalk. It's like, that's what you get.
Chunkster says, I'm getting a good view of the monkey beard. The Snark says, he's so handsome. You are so handsome. So much. Chunkster says, I tried to suggest my friend in Texas to do it too. It was hilarious because he didn't know what it was. He Googled it and yelled, oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Hailstorm says, Adam, your beard is amazing.
Thank you.
Chunkster says, I'm back home, so I'm a redeem a drink, y'all.
Exclamation point, home. Vote. Then a number. Exclamation point, vote. Then a space. Then a number that goes to the track you would like to race.
Hailstorm says, I'm upset that I'm late, but we are now vibing.
I have read that.
Oh, okay. Well, hello again. Radio Man says, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Shout out to Malum, who just subscribed for the 13th month. Money back in the pocket.
Glitch says, made it home right in time.
Read that.
Aw, Hailstorm says, your podcast is the best. You guys are so nice.
You really are.
I love how much everyone loves the dog because, 911 Girl says, hi, Yui. She's such a cute dog.
I love her so much, dude. We adopted her. She was a rescue.
Ginseng says, I don't hesitate to donate to the best podcast. Did I miss a donation?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm just leaning over because my mic is directly in front of my face now. Even says, people don't follow the rules, shouldn't be on the road.
I mean, that's why you're supposed to take a test to get your driver's license, right? But then, like, do people just don't care? Like today, was it yesterday or today? There was a stupid car. It must have been yesterday. Fuck, I don't even know.
Jesus Christ, just get to the story.
I run into bad drivers almost every single day, and it just drives me nuts.
Cosmic Chaos already has 6 votes, so it's most likely going to be our track. I'll let it scroll one more time so that the democratic process can take place.
Ginseng says, 60 miles per hour? Really? I've never dealt with that kind of wind besides thunderstorms. If wind picks up to 30 miles per hour, the power and internet go out. Yeah, we're in a valley, so it does get very windy.
Yeah, and there's a desert around us, so there's literally no foliage whatsoever to stop the wind from blowing. Aside from the mountains that create the valley, if the wind's blowing in the right direction, it's just going to sweep through it, and it's fucking crazy.
It is so bad.
My first year, it was the worst windstorm I've ever seen, and then we had torrential downpour, and I was driving to work, and one of the roads on my way to work was literally a river. It had just converted to a river. It's Buffalo. and it was just fucking going through, and people were like driving from the side of the road that was normal, and then like you could see like the hill go down, and they're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm sure it's not that deep. And I saw someone drive right into it, and then their car just started floating, and then they climbed out the window, and I was like, good thing I can actually get around this because I have to be at work.
Yeah, anytime it rains, I was just like, my sister has to drive because she has the SUV.
My
so
boss,
there's no way.
when I got to work, immediately was just like, yeah, if that happens again, like, just wait to come in. Like, you don't have to worry about trying to drive through flooded streets.
Kayla Ray Reed says, my audiobook for Michael J. Fox's new memoir should be here in a few days, and I'm excited. I love him and Back to the Future. Also, any movie with Michael J. Fox. I like that one horror movie he did. What is it called?
The Frighteners.
Yes, that one's very good. Movie.
We're racing Cosmic Chaos 2. Average time to complete 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Record holder Albora, which should be Alohomora, at 1:49. Locally, though, we do this in 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and Robin holds the record at 2:04.
Hailstorm says, I had an interview yesterday, and I killed it.
Nice.
I have a second interview on Friday. Congratulations.
Keep killing it. Exclamation point play to join the race.
The Snark says, it's 27 miles per hour sustained. Gusts go up to 60. So it's like constant, almost 30 miles per hour. And then those big gusts that we hear are 60. That is nuts.
Not necessarily. It's possible that what we're hearing is between 30 and 60.
Okay.
So
that's nuts.
Joining in?
Yeah, 1 second. I just want to read. Aw, Dana Cake says, you really do have a great podcast, by the way. That's so nice.
Thank you. We work really hard, man. We work really hard.
The Snark says, was that the Pollock building?
Was what the Pollock building?
I don't know, the job you went to. I'm not sure. That flooded. I don't know.
Oh, no. This was when I was working at GameStop. I was driving down towards Blue Diamond and like right before the 215, the one by Target. But I was coming from Mountain's Edge. So when I got to Blue Diamond and Buffalo, it's like the left side, the north side of Buffalo was fine. The right side of Buffalo, before they put any of that shopping center stuff there, was just a fucking river. I was like, holy shit. And it's because it has that big hill that you can climb up that the water was just pouring down off of and pooling right there.
I think the Snark is remembering when it rained when you used to work.
Oh, yeah. Someone's car got completely submerged because they didn't move their car when we were warned to get it out of the parking lot in one specific spot. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, the Snark says there was once so much rain, cars started drifting away behind the building.
Yeah, I remember the person who had their car submerged was on my team. She
my God.
She had gone to lunch. She was one of my employees. She had gone to lunch with friends at like Applebee's right down the street. And like I was texting everyone like, hey, you need to come move your car. And it was just like, it's fine. You know, it's like, it's on you, man. Like that's the lowest part of this entire area. And there's also construction, so there's nothing here to block the water. And then, like, I swear to God, like 20 minutes later, her car was completely submerged to the roof. It was nuts.
Did she have her windows rolled up at least?
She did, but it didn't matter. Someone got launched off, it looked like. No, they stayed within the loop-de-loop. This is a lot of fucking spins.
Aw, the Snark says, that was the day I met you, Adam.
Was it? Cool. Nice. We had worked together for like a year and a half then before we really started talking. That place. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. That actually might be like not shared yet.
Is it like some insider trading shit?
Not insider trading, just some insider info. All right, everyone's floating through this zero gravity shit right now. Let's see who's at the front.
Which reminds me,
what's for dinner? And Jensen Joe's right there.
I need to put more money into my IRA.
Cashew 16.
Also,
Hailstorm.
If you folks are young and you don't have a retirement yet, but you're around my age, like 30, it's a good time to start investing into your IRAs and retirement accounts.
This is the financial corner with Robin and Adam. Don't forget, if you had a job before that was full-time, you might have a 401k sitting somewhere, which eventually they will take. I have one at GameStop. I do.
They'll take it eventually?
Eventually, after like decades.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should contact.
And it's not even the company. It's not the company you used to work at. It's the like brokerage firm or whatever that you have your 401k through. They're just like, all right, we're going to try and contact them X amount of times, and then all of a sudden these funds will just be absorbed. Not all of them do that, though. Sometimes they just fucking wash their hands of it in some different way. All right, whatever. 911 Girl has fallen off along with What's for Dinner. Hailstorm is trying to get to the end of this, but there's these fucking speed bumps slowing everything down. Robin will maintain the record. She's also trying to maintain her championship belt. Hailstorm is now going side to side rather than straight forward, so that's not good. Chunkster's trying to pass Robin, and Robin's being kind of a bitch about it.
Ginseng says, I didn't sign up for my 401k because it was pointless. I wasn't going to stay at the company for longer than a year. The Snark says, the fees eat up the 401k. I have a Roth IRA. So a Roth IRA lets you put money into it and you invest into it. And then if you're not allowed to touch your money for like 3 years or something from the point that you put it in. And then when you pull out money, you don't get taxed on it.
You don't incur a penalty.
Yeah. So if you're looking for no fees, definitely look into that.
Also check out traditional IRAs. They are a little bit different, and I don't think you can take withdrawals without penalties until you're 70 and a half, but I can't remember. Shout out to Hailstorm. They showed up late. They were disappointed in themselves, and guess what? You just fucking won marbles. Nailed it. ! Merch. Click on that link. It'll take you to our stores page on our website. When you get there, go to Robin's Kawaii Corner, find a Scaryish sticker, and then let us know which one you want. And let us know where we can send it. Robin will do that. I don't do that. I would do that if she let me do that, but she's better at it, so she does it.
I don't trust him.
She doesn't trust me. And they said, yes.
I'm just trying to imagine you packaging, like, packages.
I wouldn't package it terribly. The handwriting would be atrocious. ! Vote and the track number that you would like to race. Vivian says, shit. I just turned all of my Minecraft planks into stairs instead of slabs. I'm dumb. I've never played Minecraft.
I just watched a video of someone making windows, and apparently you can make windows different ways. Like, you can make panes, glass panes, or you can just put the glass in there. It was really interesting. I'm going to vote for something random. Vote.
It's been it hasn't been a long
30.
day. And I'm not really that tired.
I have homework.
Just like, I feel the pressure when we're getting to the end of the show. Like, I have to reassemble the entire office. I have to go downstairs and build out that new weightlifting rack. And, it's just, it's like I almost don't want the show to end, but at the same time, I know it needs to end. So, it's a bummer. Right now, Hop, Skip, and Jump is in first place. It's track number 44. It only has 4 votes.
What's ! Following? What does that do?
I don't know. There's followage or something like that, where people can see
how long. Oh, is it
long.
followage?
It's something like that. You can type in ! Commands and see all the commands that we have set up.
There you go. 2 years and 6 months, 29 days and 5 hours.
It's pretty good shit. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum bum bum. Looks like a lot of single votes are scattered around, so once we get to 44, we are going to race that track.
Oh man, I only beat Glitch by 4 days. 5 days. I don't know how to count. That's nuts. Glitch is also at 2 years, 6 months, and 24 days.
Nuts.
5 hours.
Well, now I need to see what the Scaryish account says. Because this should be the longest it can possibly be. How long we followed ourselves.
That's so cool to see how long you've all been following us. It's pretty neat.
All right, Scaryish says it's been following for 1 year, 6 months, 24 days, and 2 hours. It doesn't seem right, but hey.
Why is mine 29 days?
Either way, Hop, Skip, and a Jump. Average time is 1:59.
It says Scaryish Podcast is not following Scaryish Podcast.
That's fucking funny. Oh no, I was reading Lunabins. That's why. I guess you can't follow yourself. Whatevs. All right, record time is 1:02. We do this track in 1:53, so we're better as a whole. A Meadows holds this record at 1:39. Let's go ahead and jump in there.
This is really neat to see how long everyone's been following. There's like huge ranges. !
Play to get your marble in the race.
Huge tracts of land.
This is Dragon Ball Z coloring, if I've ever seen it.
It looks like Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 Halloween.
All right, we had 20 marbles last time. We're up to 16 now. 50 more seconds. Make sure you get your marble in the stream, or else we will never, ever forgive you. 3 people haven't joined again. There's What's for Dinner. This is Halloween.
Adam's never seen that whole movie.
I have not. Grim Weeper is now in. We have 19.
What else is a good movie that's
and
like
Cursed Wolf.
Something that I've never seen?
Anyone else that's still out there that's watching, feel free to type in ! Play and get your marble on stream. Let's see how long Malum's been following. Good call, Glitch. Two years, 6 months, 28 days, and 9 hours. Whew. Is that good?
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
I'm Beef Trainer is at 1 year and 27 days.
We are off.
We are farmers.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. I don't really like funnels. I do like funnels that have the drop down and then the like speed boost. to lead you into it.
By funnels, they mean they know the fun.
It's like the worst pun you've ever done.
That's not a pun. I'm defining the word.
You're defining the word funnel.
It nulls the fun.
Yeah, there you go. That's what funnel means, y'all. Put that down on your tests. Grim Weeper is the first person through, and they are in this lottery ball sort of thing.
The snark says only 6 months, 25 days, and 2 hours. There's no way it's only 6 months. Yeah.
Unless you were watching and you weren't following.
Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense because I'm pretty sure you've been subscribed for a lot longer than that. Some folks have made it out, but they haven't started moving forward yet.
That looks like a Tonka truck wheel or something.
Hailstorm is the first person out again, and they're in front of the record-setting pace. Let's see how this jump goes.
Whoa.
They overshot it and are now in hell. Everyone else seems to be doing all right. Lunabin skipped ahead a little bit and are around the same spot. Oh, Ginseng Joe didn't make it. That A Meadows was when they set the record. Actually, Faison tried another skip up, and me, and Pilsma.
The snark says, I have followed in my heart.
And Cursed Wolf. That's funny. Chunkster actually made the shortcut jump. Danu Cakes makes it into the funnel. A Meadows is probably going to hold this record, although I'm What's for Dinner did just skip ahead pretty far. Cashew 16 is still in that wheel back there trying to make it through.
Dana Cakes is 2 months, 12 days, and 6 hours. And goes, I'm new here.
That's funny. All right. It looks like it's a 2-horse race between... Oh, no, 3. Glitch, Robin, and Grim. And Robin's going to win and spoil this for everyone. Thanks, Robin.
You're welcome. I'm Beef Train says, I don't think the follow time for me is correct. I don't think I've been following for a year just yet. Who knows? Maybe it's been a year and it's just like, whoa, time travels fast.
Yeah.
Time goes fast when you're having fun. Is that the words? Is that the phrase?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think Cashew 16 is going to make it. That blue wave of death is approaching pretty quickly.
Sometimes I think it's like my upbringing where it's like... I don't know the right phrases, the right words,
the right white phrases,
the right phrases for stuff because I just, I don't know, didn't necessarily grow up with people saying those things, you know?
Yeah, they weren't like a familiar thing you heard coming out of people's mouths. Cashew 16 is still trying though; they have not given up. So I think we're all rooting for them together to make it through before they're eliminated by this invisible blue wave, which has not yet caught up. I think they're going to make it. Congratulations.
The snark says, dude, yes. Yeah, 100%. It's like we just didn't grow up with hearing these things.
Glitch takes the win. Congratulations. Says, did I win? Did I break it?
911 girl says, didn't die. Yes.
Right. Lots of us did, though. Lots of us did. It looks like Kayla Ray and Bob are moving up to 10 for the season. Grim moves up to
check out my digits.
15, actually. And Robin's at 18 and is now leading. We can all agree. Blah. I'm at 10, Ginseng Joe's at 11, and Hailstorm is at 10. I didn't read off any of the numbers after the last one, but hey, this is where we're sitting. I'm only reading the double-digit ones, so don't get offended. And Glitch, go ahead and let us know which sticker you want. I feel like it's been a little while since you won.
The snark says, I once said down to the gritty titty, and everyone laughed at me. No! I'm Beef Trainer says, I can find out because I screenshot when I set up my Twitch account, which was specifically done for this podcast. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's so weird then that it's like, nah, dog. You've been doing this for a long time, but
that is weird.
Yeah.
All right, fun stuff. Good show.
Good show, old
did
girl.
Well. Gonna move this off the desk, and then I have a decision to make after this about how long I'm keeping this stupid fucking beard for. All right, getting ready to mark it.
It's so windy.
It is really, really loud.
Let's go outside and get wind swept. I don't know. What's the words? That's a word. That's a phrase.
Windswept?
Yeah.
Sure.
Swept away by the wind.
Yep. That's the
ticket.
That's the one. And it says, all right, I'm out of here. Bye, guys. Stay sweet, stay safe, and stay scarish. We shall try. All right. Marked. Nope. Marked. Yup. I want to thank everyone who sent in their stories this week. One more time, we sincerely appreciate sharing stories. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're kind of traumatic, and the fact that you are willing to share those with us, we sincerely appreciate. So one more time, thank you so much. If you have a story you would like to share, please email storytime@scaryish.com or go to any of our social medias, facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast, or our Instagram is @Scaryish Podcast, and our Twitter is @Scaryish Pod. You can also go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us. That form comes directly to us. If you have a creepypasta you want to hear us read, or you have your own that you've written, not just your favorite creepypasta you've read before, but something you want to share with us that might be a little short story, a little bit of fiction, feel free to email pastatime@scaryish.com. That's where those are going to go. And for the ones that we get from the audience, we will try and read. We will have to have someone proofread them to make sure the content is appropriate. And if they're just a big hot mess because they haven't been proofread, then they might not make it on the show. We don't really know, but we will be also going through all there's so many creepypastas out there that currently exist in the world, and finding ones that we like so we can share them with you on Pasta Time, which is what next week will be. That said, for folks who would like to donate to us, Robin, how can they do so?
Sorry, I just heard the dog growling downstairs. If you would like to support us by donating, you can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Tiers there start at $1. So at $1, you get ad-free episodes, which is absolutely awesome, and then they go up from there. There's physical merch tiers and things like that. If you're not into the whole monthly subscription thing, you can go to ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are one-time donations. Any of your donations go to our studio setup, going to us just reinvesting into the podcast and making sure that we keep this rolling.
Indeed. So thank you so much to everyone who watches, listens, rates, reviews, subscribes, follows, all that stuff. And we sincerely appreciate you, and we could not do these without you. Literally, Storytime would not exist without any of you. So thank you so much for that. And I think that's just about everything I have for this episode. So Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Adios. Bye.